Yo, what's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy, Kevin Forte, guys. We're taking a look today at the Arizona Coyotes. They are not done with this rebuild and total teardown. We're hearing rumors about Phil Kessel and Christian Dvorak being on the move out of Arizona. So we'll be taking a look at some of those rumors in today's video. So let's get right into it. So, according to Craig Morgan, a big hockey insider, Phil Kessel, the 33-year-old winger, is on the block for the Coyotes. Now, Phil Kessel actually requested a trade back in the beginning of this year, in the beginning of the 2021 NHL season. Obviously, nothing seemed to have transpired since that point. But Phil Kessel carries a kind of high cap hit for one more year, which is probably a big reason why teams are not so keen on bringing in Phil Kessel. He is a guy that could add some nice scoring depth to your roster, but again, that's just part of the situation. Unfortunately, he is not probably at the top of people's radar. He's probably one of those guys where behind Vladimir Tarasenko, behind Riley Smith, behind guys like Tatar who have since signed, once those guys check off the list, Kessel will be at the bottom of the list, and they'll be like, do we really need to add a winger? Nah, we're good. Right? It's kind of one of those things. But I do think some teams will be interested in Phil Kessel. The Seattle Kraken do have a little bit of cap space left. And Phil Kessel, for the right price, maybe the Seattle Kraken take a crack at Phil Kessel. And he adds a little bit of scoring depth to the roster. They've got some guys in there, but, they have Jaden Schwartz in there. But I think a guy like Phil Kessel would be a nice punch to that lineup that they don't really have. I do like Schwartz and Wenberg, but let's be honest, they don't have the scoring touch, and Kessel could add that to the team. But again, I don't know how Seattle is in terms of giving up prospects and draft picks to the Coyotes, which is probably what the Coyotes want for a guy like Phil Kessel. Now, also from Craig Morgan, Christian Dvorak, the 25-year-old, a first-round pick of the Arizona Coyotes back in the day. A few prospects or a top prospect and a first is the price for Christian Dvorak. There are plenty of teams that have been linked to Christian Dvorak over the last couple of weeks. Some of them include but are not limited to the Minnesota Wild, the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Rangers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, Christian Dvorak has been in rumors with the Penguins for pretty much as long as I remember. He's, really since the trade deadline this year. The Montreal Canadiens were also in the mix. So Bergevin and Ron Hextall have made it quite clear that they are interested in Christian Dvorak. And then we've seen some other teams like the Rangers and the Wild show some interest as well. But the price tag is going to be high, and especially from teams like Minnesota and the New York Rangers in particular, where Minnesota has prospects like, Marco Rossi, Matt Boldy. Some of those guys may be involved. And then you also look at the Rangers. You've got some of those good defensemen coming up. Guys like Nils Lundqvist, Nick Robertson, right? Matt Robertson, one of the Robertsons. You also have Braden Schneider. Again, these are guys that the Rangers don't want to give up. But if you're giving up a top prospect in a first, that's probably what you're looking at for Christian Dvorak, which is a pretty high price tag from the Coyotes. But again, this is what they want. What they actually get, we'll see, is a different story. So that's something to keep an eye on. Christian Dvorak is a guy I've been very high on. I think he would be a really nice player. Dvorak and Fisher have been very interesting former first-round picks of the Coyotes that just have not really developed the way maybe the Coyotes have hoped that they would. And it seems like they really haven't gotten a chance with all these different coaches that have been there. Maybe they find a new home. I think that's really what it comes down to for Dvorak and Fisher, is just a change of scenery. And I think we could see them do that. So we'll see what happens. I think Phil Kessel is really the newer name that we've heard about. We've known about Christian Dvorak being in there. Kessel's really not that new of a name, but we're hearing those rumors once again. And it just pretty much signals that the Coyotes are not done rebuilding this group. They have a ton of caps. Well, they actually have, I think, less than $10 million in cap space left because they've acquired a lot of draft picks and dead cap contracts. We've seen them pick up Anton Stroman and Shane Gostisbehere, Andrew Ladd, a bunch of guys from the Canucks, guys like Antoine Roussel, Jay Beagle, Louis Eriksson. they've acquired a ton of dead salary to pick up draft picks, and they made it quite clear this offseason that we're going to take advantage of the flat cap. Teams that need to move on from salary, we're going to take those dead salary contracts. Now, the Arizona Coyotes are one of those teams where it makes sense that they do this because they have a problem they have a problem signing guys in free agency. That's been one of their big kickers. So instead of spending that money on big money contracts, they take bad contracts from teams, but they also get draft picks, which is kind of part of this. And we'll see if it pays off for Doug Armstrong and the Arizona Coyotes. It's a little bit of a risk, high risk, potential reward situation. But again, they have a plethora of draft picks. They may get more here for guys like Kessel and Dvorak. And you guys will see more of that in my season preview, which I will be posting. I'm starting that series here over the next couple of weeks. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of the Arizona Coyotes. Phil Kessel and Christian Dvorak are officially on the trade block. Let me know your guys' thoughts on those guys in the comment section down below. And if you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL and more videos just like this one today, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.